Well, I think I've got everything on the fuselage done that I wanted to get done before I covered. Everything's ready to go, and now once I get the cover on it and painted, then it's just a matter of putting everything together. The next step then is to cover it. But rather than just cover the airframe, it's been a while since I've done any fabric work, so I'm going to start with the control surfaces back there. Got 2 horizontal stabilizers, 2 elevators, a rudder, and a lower door half to do. I'm going to start on those and kind of get the technique picked back up again on those before I start on the fuselage itself. We've got the envelope for the fuselage sewn up. It's ready to go on. We'll need to cut the bottom out, put the bottom on, and glue it on. I think I'm going to start with lower door half there. That's all square or angles. There's no round parts on it, so it's going to be the easiest one to do. I've done the doors several times, repairing them and stuff like that. So anyway, that'll get me in the groove hopefully, and then we'll do the horizontal stabilizers. I was kind of holding off on doing those. I didn't want to do them right away. I could have done them earlier or got somebody to come in and do them, but it's so much easier to store them when they're bare like that. You can just hang them up from the framework and stuff and just let them hang there. Once I get the fabric on them, then it's going to be a little more difficult to store them, and they're going to be more prone to damage. Oh, that's the first thing I'm going to do is, well, first thing I'm going to do is get the shop cleaned up out of the airframe build mode and get it into the fabric mode. So I've got a lot of stuff to put away here and get reorganized, and get my fabric material is there, all the stitch dope and just different materials on that shelf. So I've taken those out. I've got a couple of 5-gallon cans that are partials that a guy gave me that I've stirred up and checked, and they're still viable. So it's been a while since that stuff's been stirred up, so I'll have to get the stuff with solids in them out and get them stirred up again and get all that stuff ready. And again, like I said, get my bench cleaned off and get some stuff on the bench there to protect the cover, to protect it. Well, I've got all the stuff taken off my bench and kind of semi put away, hid away, stuffed away. Anyway, I washed the bench down. I flooded it first with paint thinner and scrubbed it down with rags, make sure to get any loose dirt, grease, oil, stuff like that off the bench to start with, and cleaned it with that. And then I flooded it down with lacquer thinner and scrubbed it with lacquer thinner, which gets all the embedded stuff out that the paint thinner misses. I just kept going over it until I got the cloth to come up perfectly clean. So that bench is perfectly clean, and I've got my lower door half there. That'll be what I start on. I'm digging through all the fabric to see what I've got here. I know in the one box over here I've got fabric for the airframe, and we've already taken some of that and cut it and sewed it together for the fuselage envelope, and there should be enough there to do the bottom too. And then I've got another package that should have enough to do all the control surfaces. This is some that I've had for a while that was in the box, and I've already taken stuff off of it. It's probably left over from when we did the controls the first time years ago, and I know from the shape of it that I've done a door out of this before, that there is enough left on it to do the door. I laid it out one way and I couldn't quite get it wide enough going across that direction to get it wide enough for the door, so I turned it around 90 degrees and we'll get it going this direction. Well, ideally what I want to do is I want my seams on the bottom here so I can wrap the whole thing over this door, glue one piece down here to the bottom, and then bring it up over the top and bring it back down and overlap it on the bottom. And that's where the seam is supposed to be, is away from where you see it and away from where it gets used the most. So the top is where you see it, and it's also where it's going to get the most wear and tear when it opens and closes. That piece will be more than enough for this. Well, this is what we got. Polyfiber, medium 3, FAA PMA. So the adventure begins.